Hey, Brandon, coming from a guy that rates every Power Five conference based on all the non conference results from the previous season, from a guy who ranks all the Power Five schedules, I go through some of these crazy, exhaustive kind of exercises. I can appreciate going through the two deep depth chart on both sides of the football, 44 players, and really analyzing that. So, would love to hear what you've got for us.
My two deep coming out of spring, nothing too outlandish compared to everyone else. There's a few things that I've read a few people's two deeps that just really didn't see eye to eye with. So at quarterback, I'm gonna go too deep as JT Barrett, of course, and I think Joe Burrow is going to break camp as his backup. As I kind of mentioned when we were talking about spring game, now if JT Barrett got hurt, I'm not confident that Joe Burrow would be the starter. I think Haskins might get a chance to start over him, much like when JT Barrett first started. He was the third stringer, and Cardale Jones was the second stringer until Braxton Miller got hurt, and then JT jumped Jones. So it'll be interesting to see, but I think Burrow is going to break camp as the second string quarterback. At running back, they look really good right now. Mike Weber is the redshirt sophomore, the returning starter. And behind him is Demario McCall, who's sophomore. A lot of people thought was going to move to H-back. I was never really sold on it too much, and he still might get some play time out there. He caught a few passes on Saturday, but I think you're mainly going to see McCall as the backup running back, kind of playing all over the field. But he looked real good on Saturday too. At wide receiver, I think Ben Victor is going to wind up starting at one of the spots. Austin Mack will probably back him up. Two big name guys from last year at the other wide receiver spot. I think after his performance on Saturday with his leadership, as long as he's been in program, I think Johnny Dixon right now might have that starting spot with Terry McLaurin close behind him. I think sorry about that. I think one of those two will start right now. I would give the nod to Dixon just because he looked a lot more explosive than McLaurin did. At H-back, you got Paris Campbell and KJ Hill. I think that's just it. You've got Eric Glover Williams, who's moving from safety to the H-back spot, who also looked good. Against the backups, he kind of juked around. He's going to be fun to watch if he does the punt returns. With all those guys that I mentioned with the wide receivers and the H-backs, I think it's going to be a rotation for them all. So I think there will be times where you see Paris Campbell, KJ Hill, and Eric Glover Williams on the field at the same time, even though they're all at the H-back spot. So tight end, I think Marcus Ball will still hold on to it. As you mentioned, the backups looked pretty good. Alexander, I've never been a fan of him, but I thought Saturday, from seeing where he was last year when he played as a backup to Ball until this year, you can tell he's made a giant leap. I think Alexander is going to be a great tight end someday, but I think Ball is going to start, and Alexander will back him up. Left tackle is Jamarco Jones and Brandon Bowen, just like last year. Left guard, you've got Michael Jordan. And I think Malcolm Pridgeon probably will back him up. Pridgeon was the 5-star JUCO guy last year who was battling for the right tackle spot, got hurt, missed the season. Spring game, he's been moved into right guard. So he's battling for that right guard spot. I just feel like he's not going to win that job, so they'll slide him over to left guard and be the backup there for Michael Jordan, because there's really no one stepping into that role there. At center, Billy Price, of course, the returning All-American, is going to go there, sliding over from right guard to center. Backing him up will probably be Brady Taylor. At right guard is a tough one. You've got Demetrius Knox and Matty Burrell. I think that Burrell, the redshirt sophomore, will wind up winning it. Knox broke spring camp or started spring camp as the starter, but Burrell's kind of moved into that starting role because Knox has battled some academic problems. So those two will go down to the wire, but I think Burrell's going to wind up winning it. And then at right tackle, you've got Isaiah Prince, who is returning, the junior, and then his backup will be Kevin Fetter, in my opinion.
All right. Ohio State football here on Mark Rogers TV every Wednesday night, courtesy Brandon Zimmerman of the Buckeye Battle Cry. So a whole lot of stuff to think about following the spring game, and Brandon just really broke it down for us. So good stuff, and I think we're set for the fall, but we will be here just about every week to talk more Ohio State football and the Big Ten as an extension there. All right, Brandon, appreciate the time.
All right, thank you.